Hi, my name is Zhao, and you're watching my final project for my course CIS 3367. Today I want to take a look at our ride-sharing apps. Most of us use them because they're more convenient and they're more comfortable than taking the public transportation, especially living in a city where the majority of us don't even own a car. I've noticed a debate around the two most popular ride-sharing companies, Uber and Lyft. So I want to compare my own personal experience with the two companies. I took these rates from their website so I can get an idea of how they're charging. For the most part, they charge the same, with the only difference is that Lyft charges 4 cents extra more than Uber for their per mile cost. On the left, I have the rides I've taken with Uber, and on the right is the rides I've taken with Lyft. You notice that the pickup and destination are either from work or home. That's my control. By the end of this project, I want to figure out how many rides I can take from Uber and Lyft depending on a budget. I haven't finished adding all my trips yet, so I've created a shortcut for entering my data. It's from home going to work. The price of the trip was $671, and so to see that you see the formats of the cells are formatted to the currency and time, so I don't have to worry about that when I'm entering the data. So this is a Uber trip, and I set up macros, 2 different macros, and I've put them to different buttons. So if I press this one above Uber, it'll add it directly under the last column of the Uber table. See, so $671 was the price. So I also want to add a Lyft trip. So also set up a validation. So if it's someone else other than me using it, they know what kind of format I want them to enter the data in. So this one's from 12. Pickup is from work. Oops. Going home, the price was $502. So I want to add it to my Lyft table, so I'll go on ahead and press add trip under Lyft, and here it is, 502. So moving on, I want to compare the data. I want to see which is the cheapest way to travel, taking into consideration the MTA and the different metro cards they offer. I got their rates for the cards directly from their website as well. Then I got the average per ride by dividing the cost of the monthly Magic Card by 40, which is the amount of swipes I need for commuting, assuming that I only need to go back and forth from work 5 times a week and 4 times a month. It turned out it's cheaper to pay as you go. I got the average for the Uber and Lyft with a formula that adds all the prices and divides by the amount of the rides. So on the left, I placed a horizontal bar chart that represents the average ride for the bus, Uber, and Lyft. It's clear that pay per ride is the cheapest, although you do need to sacrifice 10 minutes of walking from the bus to and from the bus, and comfortability isn't the same as riding as a passenger, even though you're in someone else's car, or even if you carpool. So now that I know what's the cheapest and most expensive by a slight difference, I want to know how many rides of each can I take on a budget. I want to use up as much as the budget I can to avoid public transportation when I can, which is worth it. This is a weekly commute budget. I use Solver to use a $40 budget I've set for myself. At first, it gives me these decimals that add up to 10 because I have to take 10 trips in a week. So so I can't just take a fraction of a trip. So after I use a solver, I created another table on the bottom right here to round down the numbers that the solver gave me. After rounding down, I didn't have 10 trips anymore, so I gave the missing trip to the bus and then totaled all that together. I placed the answers over here. So as you can see, 3 plus 7 is 10, so that's a success. I can take 3 Lyft trips and 7 bus rides and still stay within my $40 budget and have 10 trips. So I did the same thing with my monthly commute. The only difference between monthly and weekly is that the total trips have to add up to 40. So if I total the trips right here, it'll add up to 40. So let's say I want to change my budget to 200. So this cell doesn't really do anything, it's just for reference only. So if I really want to solve it, I go to Data tab and Solver. And I wanted to make it a value of 200 because that's my budget. And my constraint's the same. I want my total trips to equal 40. Click Solve. And it gives me my total. So as I said before, I can't take fractions of a trip. So this is to round down. These 3 right here is rounding down these cells. So these over here would total how much it costs to take, let's say, 15 Uber rides by here multiplied by the average of the Uber. And I'll do that across the board. And over here, it'll give you my total of the rides, which is 39, and it has to be 40 because I have to go 40 times a month. So I'm missing 1. So this run right here, it subtracts it. See? So it subtracts 40 minus the cell here, which is 39, and I add that to the bus, which is right here in I-40. Then I get, instead of getting 7 bus rides, I get 8 bus rides. And then this cell totals everything together, and it confirms that I stayed within my budget, which is $200. And then all the information gets transferred here: 15 Uber rides, 17 Lyft rides, and 8 bus rides, and that totals 40. Okay, so I want to do the same thing to my weekly commute. Increase my budget to, say, 60. And that's, again, only for reference. If I want anything to happen to my tables and my outcome, I have to go to Data and Solver, set my objective, which is I want this budget right here to become the value of 60. My changing variable cells are the different transmutations I'm taking. And also I've added a constraint because I have to take 10 rides, no less or no more. And everything's ready. Click Solve. And you have 10 Lyft rides, which is great if you don't want to take the bus. So thank you for watching and have a great day.